Hey everybody, Chris Sajnog from Center Mass Group, and today I want to talk to you about how to use physics and how to use mechanics when you're shooting instead of using what I call methods. Now, this is the third part in my New Rules of Marksmanship series, and I just decided to do a video because I don't feel like typing out an article today on how to do it. So just real quick, a couple of things I want to talk to you about, and hopefully with me showing you how to do it rather than writing it down and giving you pictures, you'll be able to get it a lot quicker. Okay, so when I talk about physics and mechanics and not methods, now what I mean by that is, everybody has a different way of shooting. Some people want to shoot in more of a weaver stance or an isosceles stance, or some people want to hold a gun 60-40 with their pistol, and I recommend it's 100%. But anyways, the reason I do that is because of mechanics. So anyways, here's where to start. So let's just start off with a carbine, for example. And one thing, when I teach shooting, I teach the stance and everything the same way for the carbine as I do for the pistol. So for instance, if I shoot like this with my carbine, what you will notice is when I go to my pistol, so I'm like this, when I go to my pistol, everything is very similar, so there's not a lot of movement. So when you're training with one weapon system, you're also getting better with the other one, and that's really important. Okay, so anyways, mechanics. So a couple things. With mechanics, you want to get behind the gun. And the reason this shooting platform is so important is it's not so much important if you're shooting one round, okay? Because one round, you can figure out a way to do it with any stance, with any grip. I could stand on one foot with one hand and get, one round into the target if I really tried. But when you want to shoot longer distances, when you want to shoot faster and multiple shots, that's when it's more and more critical to start using more mechanics in your shooting. Okay, so I want to get the gun into my shoulder, and sometimes I even say my chest. I like getting it right below my dominant eye. Okay, and with your grip, it should be the same grip you have with your pistol, and I'll talk about that in a second. Get your other hand, your reaction or support hand, as far as you comfortably can on the weapon. Okay, and then get some part of your hand on top. Now, I want to take the hinge system out. So some people will shoot like this, and the gun's going to recoil up, and you're going to have a hinge there. So I want to take that out. The way to do it is just rotate the elbow out. Now that hinge system is gone. Okay, so just bend the knees, widen your base, and then you want to get your natural point of aim, and just nose over your toes. You want to be leaning forward, but you don't want to be exerting any effort to do that. You don't want to be in a full squat where it's hurting your legs and you're getting tired when you shoot. So just bend your knees, lean forward, nose over your toes, and that's it. And again, when you go to your pistol, nothing should move, and you're going to be in the same position. Okay, so let's talk quickly about your grip. Okay, so mechanics, I want to cover as much of the gun as I can with my hand. I want as many things pointing forward as I can when I shoot. And I want to have 100% and 100% grip with the gun. Now, the reason I do that is because if I need to shoot this gun under stress, that's the way I'm going to grab it. I'm not going to grab the gun and think about 60-40 or where's my finger on the face of the trigger. I'm going to grab it, I'm going to squeeze it hard, and I'm going to put my finger on the face of that trigger wherever it lands. Now, if you do this and you keep this knuckle, you've heard me talk about this before, but if you keep this second knuckle right here pointed at your target, it's impossible for you to either pull or push when you're squeezing. And also, if you have 100% and 100% grip, you can't milk the trigger, so you can't squeeze the whole gun and come off your shot there. So super easy. So those are the mechanics that I wanted to talk about. I'll keep it short, but make sure you look out for the next video or article in the series, and that's where I'm going to be talking about focus. But before I forget, I had mentioned that I would talk about a children's book in this this part of this series. So if you guessed, it was the Three Little Pigs. Okay, so the Three Little Pigs understood that mechanics are important, right? So one little pig built it out of straw, the other out of wood, and the other one, made it out of bricks. So make sure when you're shooting foundation, that you are building it out of bricks. And anyways, keep paving your path to perfection until we see you next time.